So in this session, we are going to host a static website by using the S3 bucket. So let us move to the S3. We can access it by clicking on S3 from storage, or we can directly search it. Once we are here, we have to create a bucket. Now bucket is going to store the data. Now this data which you are going to store will be stored in the form of objects. So we need to firstly click on this create bucket. Then you need to give it a bucket name. Now this bucket name needs to be unique. This bucket name needs to be unique. So we are going to enter a name here. So this bucket name should be unique. So I can if you are going to create it, for example, you want it to be unique, either you can have it on your company name or on the host name which you have taken. Like you are having a uh, website like DNS website, you are having a DNS of that website, like your name something, or you can say like we have google.com, something like that. So any domain name which is available with you, you can create that bucket name, but it should be unique. No other bucket name should be there from the same name. So in this case I am going to take my first name, then my last name as a bucket name. So if there is already existing bucket with this name, so it will not create this bucket. So it will simply say that this is already existing. Then after this we have to click on the region. So please remember, all the buckets which you are going to create for this experiment should be in the same region. So in this case, as we have used North Virginia, so we are going to use the same North Virginia in all. Then after this we have versioning, server access logging, so we will do this later on. Then after this we have CloudWatch request metrics. So if we want to enable the monitoring of these resources, so we can click on that. After this we have the next option, that is configure option for allowing the public access. So we need to allow the public access for all these resources. And once you click uncheck this, there is a gray button for next. It means you will not be able to proceed. So it will ask you again that are you sure that you want to provide the public access to this particular S3 bucket which you are creating. So you have to acknowledge it that yes, I have done it by myself. After this you will be able to see what is the bucket name, what type of services you have or options you have enabled. So all those things are shown. So once it is done, you can create a bucket. This bucket is created. This is the first bucket. So to create a website we are going to use three different buckets. Actually you don't need all three of them, but to do this experiment you will need three. First one is like this will be acting as your root bucket in which your website will be stored. The S3 website which you are sorry the static website will be stored in this bucket. It will act as a root bucket. Then after this, if I want to log the request, that how my systems are working, how many access requests were there, whether the website is working fine or not, so what I need to do is I need to create another website, another S3 bucket which will be known as log website. So to make it unique, I will name it log dot my name. Then simply we can create this bucket without even making it public. We don't need it to be public, we just want it to be you can say storing the log files. So this is the second bucket which we have created. Now after this, if we want to redirect the data, like if some user is accessing one bucket but I don't have my website on that bucket, so I want all those requests to move from that one bucket to the other bucket, so I can just create a redirection bucket at this place. So it will be, can be with the same type which I have taken earlier. So I will name it as www dot first name and last name. So once we are here, we can create this bucket. If we want it to be public, like if we want to uh, redirect the users to this place, so we need to provide it with a public access. We need to do that. So we can perform this. Click next, create bucket. Now once these three buckets are on, means they are up, you can say working. So what you can do is you can simply click on this bucket. Then you can see what are the enabled properties and permissions we have for this. What are the different permissions which we are having on all these buckets. If you want to change it, you need to click on the name itself. There are different tabs like properties, permissions, management, access points. First of all, we will move to the properties. So what we want to enable. Now, if this is my root bucket and I want to have a logging, like I want to uh, store each and everything whatsoever is happening on my base or root bucket. I want to store it somewhere, that what type of actions are happening, how many users are accessing. So I need to store it. So I can click on this enable logging. Then I need to choose the target bucket. So target bucket will be log, which we have created. So then this is a target prefix. Like if I want to store a file in this target bucket, with which prefix I am going to store it. So it is up to you. It is not compulsory that you need to mention it. It is up to you. If you want, you can. If you don't want, it is up to you. It is fine. Now once it is done, now this has enabled the logging. So your second bucket which you have created, like in my case it was log.gagandeep. Okay, so now it is under use, so we are using it. Now let us host the static website on this server. So on this S3 bucket, so we are having three options. First one is use this bucket to host a website. Second is redirect requests. Third is disable website hosting. So if we want to enable it, we need to click on use this bucket to host a website. Now it is possible to start this right now, but there is a small problem in it. Now what is that small problem? We will not be able to access the bucket because we haven't stored anything in it. So we need to store the data or objects in this first, then we will be able to share it. So what we need to do is we need to click on upload and then just drop the file which you want to store. Like in my case, this is a just a small course which example we are taking. So I will be simply just performing the drag and drop. So this drag and drop is done. Once it is done, we can click on upload. Before that, we need to assign some permissions. So let us click on next, perform or grant all the permissions. And in manage public permissions, you have to click on grant public access to the objects. Once you done this, then rest standard, everything is going to remain standard. You are going to click on upload. Now your data will be uploaded at this place. So now you are able to see all your data which you have uploaded. Now if this is done, the next thing is managing the permissions. So in managing the permissions, we need to assign a bucket policy to this bucket which we have created. So in that bucket policy, we need to write certain lines of code which is required. So from where we can get that? First of all, you have to copy it, the ARN. This is the resource which we need to copy. Then you have to click on the policy generator. it will open up a new tab and you will be able to create your policy here. So type of policy, in this type of policy you are going to select S3 bucket policy. If you want to provide the public access, you need to put a star at this place. Then in actions, you are going to select get object. Now why this is get object? Because anyone who is going to use any service from that bucket, that is only just read that bucket. So if someone is going to read it, he is going to access or use that use those objects. So that is why the only thing which we are going to select here will be get object. So that is here. Just click this. After this, we need to put the ARN. Now if you have seen, I have copied some ARN from the back page. So you have to write that ARN. So this ARN which I am writing is also having a format given at this place. So you can use the similar way to write the ARN as per your requirement. So after this you are going to put slash and key name. Key name is star because it is public. So just simply put this, add a statement. Once it is done, click on generate policy. Now this policy is generated. So you have to copy this. You have to copy this and move to the policy editor, save or paste it here, save it. Once you have saved it, then after this just go back to the main location and refresh it. So objects can be accessed publicly, so you are able to access this publicly. Everything is available. Now if you click on this, so you can see all this is now available. Let us move to this, then go to properties, enable static website. So once you are here, you are going to use this as a host for hosting a website. So the first file, the index document which I am having in the example website, it is index.htm. For error, we are having error.htm. And if we have any redirections, we can use include that, otherwise it is not required. So save. Once we have saved it, so you can see now bucket hosting is enabled. Now from where you can access this is simply go to the link which we were having. Now you can see there is a logging which is enabled. We have enabled the logging. Owner is but rest of the things are disabled. So whatsoever we want to enable, we can enable it. Whatsoever we want to disable, we can do that. Then now let us move to the bucket and start using it. So we are going to properties, static website, and you can see there is a link. You can copy this link in your browser and you will be able to access this. Now this is from some college, so you can see this. So this is how we are going to host this inside the bucket. Sometimes it is not available to you, so you can simply go to the new tab and go to the incognito mode and then use it. Now if you want to redirect these requests, means you want some other bucket to host, so you can simply name that bucket name at this place and put the protocol. So in our case it was www dot and the protocol was HTTP. Now the condition is, if you want to do this task of redirection, your other website which you are using, like in this case we are having this, so this should also have all those policies and permissions enabled, then only you will be able to host this website on this S3 bucket. So if this is not having a public access and I am still trying to use the same address and I have put the redirection link, it will not give me any kind of access because it is redirecting that request to this S3 bucket, and this S3 bucket is not having a public access. So that is why I am not able to access it. If you want to allow such kind of access, make sure that all the permissions which you have done for your root directory, root S3 bucket, are same on your redirection bucket as well. So with this, our topic of hosting a static website on EC2 is complete.